Republican Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri became the first senator on Wednesday to announce that he'll object to Joseph Biden's electoral votes in Congress on January 6. Senator Hawley said in a statement, "I cannot vote to certify the Electoral College results on January 6 without raising the fact that some states, particularly Pennsylvania, failed to follow their own state election laws. And I cannot vote to certify without pointing out the unprecedented effort of megacorporations, including Facebook and Twitter, to interfere in the election in support of Joe Biden." A group of House Republicans have been seeking at least one Senate sponsor for their plan to object to Mr. Biden's presidential electors from swing states contested by President Trump. Without a senator to object, their effort would be certain to fail. Senator Hawley said Congress should investigate allegations of voter fraud and adopt measures to secure the integrity of our elections. He said, "But Congress has so far failed to act. For these reasons, I will follow the same practice Democrat members of Congress have in years past and object during the certification process on January 6 to raise these critical issues." Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and other Republican leaders have discouraged GOP senators from attempting to block Biden's electoral votes, saying such a move is doomed to failure. Representative Mo Brooks, Alabama Republican, is leading an effort in the House to block Congress from certifying Mr. Biden's electoral votes from a half-dozen battleground states on January 6. The president is promoting the effort, and held a lengthy strategy session with GOP lawmakers at the White House last week. The vote in Congress is the final mandated step in the election process before Inauguration Day on January 20. Normally, it's a routine event in which lawmakers in the House and Senate vote to accept each state's slate of presidential electors. Several House Democrats objected to President Trump's electoral votes in January 2017, as Senator Hawley noted. But their effort died in the House because no senator agreed to object. Senator-elect Tommy Tuberville, Alabama Republican, also has suggested that he would object to Mr. Biden's votes. But he hasn't confirmed his intentions definitively. If lawmakers object to a state's presidential electors, the House and Senate must debate the matter and then vote in each chamber on whether to accept that state's electoral votes. The House and Senate would need to agree to reject a state's votes. Mr. Biden have 306 electoral votes and President Trump 232. If certain states' electoral votes weren't accepted by Congress and neither candidate had the 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidency, the election would be thrown into the Democratic-led House to decide. The process of objecting to Mr. Biden's votes essentially will create a loyalty test for GOP lawmakers over President Trump. And a vote against the president could risk creating primary challenges in 2022 for incumbent Republicans such as Senators Rob Portman of Ohio, John Thune of South Dakota, James Lankford of Oklahoma, and Roy Blunt of Missouri. Senator Hawley said on Twitter, "Millions of voters concerned about election integrity deserve to be heard. I will object on January 6 on their behalf." The president, who is spending the holidays at his Mar-a-Lago resort in southern Florida, continued to push his claims of election fraud Wednesday. President Trump tweeted, "The presidential election was rigged with hundreds of thousands of ballots mysteriously flowing into swing states very late at night as everyone thought the election was easily won by me. There were many other acts of fraud and irregularities as well. Stay tuned." President Trump urged Republican Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia to resign Wednesday, calling him an obstructionist of the Trump campaign's efforts to overturn Joseph Biden's win in the state. The president said on Twitter that Mr. Kemp should resign from office. President Trump tweeted, "He is an obstructionist who refuses to admit that we won Georgia, big. Also won the other swing states." The president's attack on Georgia's top GOP official comes ahead of President Trump's scheduled visit to the state on Monday to campaign for Republican Senators Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. They face crucial runoff elections Tuesday against Democrats Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock in contests that will decide control of the United States Senate in 2021. Georgia officials have certified that Mr. Biden won against President Trump in the traditionally red state by about 12,000 votes. A subcommittee of Georgia's State Senate Judiciary Committee is holding a hearing Wednesday on alleged election irregularities. Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer said Wednesday that the Senate would pass a House-approved measure to provide millions of Americans with direct $2,000 payments if there was an up or down vote on the measure. Chuck Schumer said, "I'm very confident it will pass if it's put on the floor." He also said, "Put it on the floor, and I believe it will get the 60 votes to thwart a potential filibuster." The Democratic-led House passed a bill on Monday that would boost direct stimulus payments for millions of Americans from $600 to $2,000. The $600 payments were part of a recently passed relief package. On Tuesday, Senate Republicans blocked quick action on the legislation to provide bigger checks. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell then teed up potential action on legislation that includes the $2,000 checks, repeals certain protections for social media companies, and sets up an election integrity commission, two other priorities of President Trump. Senator Bernard Sanders of Vermont says he's going to hold up a planned vote to override President Trump's veto of the National Defense Authorization Act to try to secure a vote on the $2,000 checks. Senate Democrats said Mr. McConnell's bill will not pass the chamber and effectively kills any chances for a quick increase to the direct payments since the current Congress ends this weekend. Schumer said, "Senator McConnell knows very well how to make a bill a law, and he knows how to kill a bill." Some Republicans, including Senators Marco Rubio of Florida and Josh Hawley of Missouri, said they support the $2,000 payments. But many GOP senators are wary of adding additional money to the national debt, and a floor vote could well split Mr. McConnell's caucus. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Wednesday she plans to seat Representative Marionette Miller-Meeks, Iowa Republican, when the new Congress convenes Sunday. Ms. Miller-Meeks defeated Democrat Rita Hart in Iowa's 2nd congressional district race by 6 votes, and Ms. Hart petitioned the House last week to overturn the certified results. Pelosi agrees by saying yes and yes, when asked if she plans to seat Ms. Miller-Meeks and have a Democratic majority present Sunday. Ms. Hart's campaign said that not all ballots were counted during a recount and that she should net at least 15 votes that weren't tallied. Ms. Miller-Meeks' team said Ms. Hart ran to Pelosi to try to overturn the election results because she knew she would lose in Iowa courts. The House Administration Committee is set to investigate the results. House Democrats will enter the new Congress with a diminished majority, but Pelosi has expressed confidence that she'll have enough support to win another term as Speaker.